Hey there, curious minds, and welcome to today's Explainer. When you look up at a sky full of rolling, fluffy gray clouds, you're not just looking at a pretty picture. You're actually looking at a massive, dynamic engine hard at work. Today, we're diving into the wonderful world of weather. We're going to trace the incredible, literally life-giving journey of rain. It's this continuous cycle happening all around us, but honestly, it usually goes totally unnoticed until we feel that very first drop.
Okay, let's dive into this. Listen closely to that pitter-patter sound topping against the roof, right? It's a rhythm we all know by heart. But instead of just staring at it through a window or, sprinting inside so we don't get soaked, we're going to unpack exactly what's going on here. We'll explore where all this falling water actually comes from, how it transforms, and why this continuous rhythmic cycle is absolutely crucial for literally everything living and growing around us.
Moving right along to Section 1, Journey to the Clouds.
So it really makes you think, doesn't it? Where does rain actually live before it drops? I mean, it doesn't just magically materialize out of thin air, it actually hangs out way up high, safely tucked inside those giant, shifting clouds overhead. But here's the puzzle. How on earth does water from our level, like the ground we're standing on, manage to travel all the way up there? It's this incredible upward migration that totally defies gravity. Understanding this is, well, it's the key to the whole shebang.
And the magic behind this whole journey? It all comes down to vapor. So vapor is basically this warm, completely invisible gas that floats high into the sky. And the sun is like this giant, insanely powerful engine driving the whole thing. It shines down, delivering thermal energy that warms up the water in our rushing rivers, our deep, sparkling lakes, and yeah, even those little puddles left on the sidewalk. As that water warms up, it undergoes a phase change. It turns into tiny, totally invisible drops of vapor, and they just float upward, riding these invisible currents straight up into the atmosphere.
Let's break down this amazing cycle step by step. Step 1 kicks off right at our feet. The sun warms the water on the ground. Then, Step 2. That newly formed invisible vapor is lifted and gracefully floats up into the sky. Now, Step 3, and I absolutely love how the source material describes this, the drops hug in the cold sky. See, as you get higher up, the temperature drops fast. It gets super chilly up there. So those invisible water droplets start to condense, gathering tightly inside a cloud, almost like they're affectionately hugging each other just to stay warm. And as more and more drops join the hug, the cloud gets thicker, turning darker and grayer. Which, of course, inevitably brings us to Step 4, the rain falls down.
Which brings us to Section 2, when clouds get heady.
You see, there's a definite tipping point up in the atmosphere. As that cloud gets heavier and fuller with all those hugging droplets, the energy just builds and builds until, pop, it's time to let go. Down, down, down fall the drops. Splash, splash, splash. Gravity basically takes over, and suddenly the sky is full of cheerful raindrops plummeting down past us. It's this incredibly joyful, energetic release that instantly transforms the landscape, just washing the whole environment with fresh moisture.
Moving on to Section 3, Helping Nature Grow.
There is such a fundamental connection between us and the natural world. Just picture a drooping, thirsty flower sitting in some bone-dry soil. The exact second those fresh raindrops hit its leaves and soak into its roots, it brightens right up. It stands tall. It practically smiles. That plant needs a big drink of water to grow tall and strong. And actually, you're exactly the same. Just like that flower, we humans need healthy food and clean water to grow big, build our strength, and truly thrive. We're totally linked to the cycle because we share that exact same fundamental need for nourishment with all the nature around us. Think about all the amazing things those falling drops accomplish once they finally hit the earth. They're out there doing some super important jobs for the entire ecosystem. They water our gardens so our crops can actually survive. They fill up our rushing rivers, which keeps aquatic habitats alive and flowing. They give thirsty animals a nice, fresh drink out in the wild. Rain is literally the reason our grass stays lush and green throughout the seasons. It gives flowers the energy and hydration they need to bloom. And maybe most deliciously, this water cycle is the one and only reason we get to bite into juicy apples and sweet strawberries. The vibrancy of our whole world completely relies on this continuous water delivery system.
And that leads to Section 4, Puddle Jumping Fun.
So, when the storm finally passes, the sun peeks back out, and you see those shiny puddles reflecting the bright blue sky, well, that's an absolute invitation for joy. Picture this, tossing on a bright yellow raincoat, lacing up some rubber boots, and just giggling as you jump right in, sending little water droplets flying everywhere. Splash! It's a brilliant reminder that rainy days, they really aren't something to hide from or complain about. They're full of life, renewal, and a whole lot of fun if you just look at them the right way.
We've really uncovered quite the journey today. Water travels all the way up to the clouds, gets heavy as it gathers together, and falls gracefully back down as rain to help our plants, our animals, and our whole world grow strong. It's a perfect, totally endless, life-sustaining cycle. So, as we wrap up our explainer today, I want to leave you with this one thought. The very next time you hear that familiar pitter-patter tapping against the window pane, ask yourself, where will the rain take your curiosity next? Keep exploring this amazing world of weather. Keep questioning how these natural cycles work. And most importantly, never stop being curious.